This week, Texas DOGE met for the first time. This is the Texas House Committee on Delivery of Government Efficiency. The group of 13 lawmakers, consisting of 8 Republicans and 5 Democrats, discussed how they plan to eliminate waste, fraud, and corruption within the state government. For some insight about this, we invited Capitol correspondent Adam Schwager here to the show this afternoon. Adam, welcome back. Thanks again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So we are closely covering all that Elon Musk has been doing with the federal DOGE efforts. So how similar is that work to what Texas is now doing with its DOGE committee?
Right, so it's that same stated goal that you just mentioned, eliminating fraud, waste, and corruption here at the Texas state level. I think one of the key distinguishing factors between Elon's DOGE is Elon's DOGE at the federal level, that is a department that is under the executive branch. They're taking orders from the president, and they're working, a lot of times now they're being accused of working in a way to try to avoid the legislative branch. Meanwhile, Texas's DOGE, that is a House committee, so that's all legislators. They're all doing work, and they're all going through those channels to get legislation. They're hearing legislation in, they're putting legislation, referring it to the entire House, then has to go the House, the Senate, if anything wants to get passed. So it's a legislative agency versus an agency at the federal level, which has been often accused of avoiding the legislative process. Interesting
to kind of create that contrast, and I'm glad that you pointed that out for sure. So the first meeting of DOGE, as we mentioned, happened this week. It lasted more than 12 hours, which is pretty astounding to hear about. So you listened to a portion of that hearing. That's a lot of committed to time to do that, but what stood out to you when you were listening to the portion that you did?
Yeah, I got through like the first 4 hours. We've been working on a lot today. You'll hear some from our other Capitol correspondent, Dylan McKim, earlier. I was helping him out, so I was trying to get as much as I could, but some of the interesting things you're hearing are just they're taking testimony from places where they feel maybe they could consolidate some things. Maybe they feel that there's double dipping going on in state agencies. They're talking to the Department of Information Resources to try to figure out how they can best modernize technology to help eliminate some of that waste in the state capitol. Something interesting for us journalists is they took testimony about public records requests and how some local jurisdictions may be skirting those public records requests, not getting it out in a timely manner. And when that's not getting out in a timely manner to media, you can only imagine what it's like for the average person to request that public information. So that's some of the stuff that they're trying to deal with here. It's a lot about that government regulation, rules, regulations, and personnel. That's really what's in DOGE's scope.
All right. Well, this morning we checked, and there have been at least 27 bills or so that have been directed and sent to this DOGE committee in the Texas House. What are some of the areas that they might be tackling this session based on that legislation? Yeah,
so as I just mentioned, the stuff with public records, we saw one just added to their plate today, something to make sure that governments can't just have this blanket defense of, hey, we might get sued, we're not going to give you this public record. They actually have to have a pending legal threat at their doorstep, according to this bill that's been referred to them. We're also seeing a lot of other different bills. A lot of them are very simple, and as I said, they're dealing with either personnel stuff, so like return to work policies, that kind of stuff, or stuff like there's dueling bills right now. One, a Democratic-led legislation to have Election Day be a state holiday. Another state holiday proposed, Republican-led, is to have the anniversary of Roe v. Wade's overturnment be a state holiday. So that's just kind of the stuff we're seeing right now at the DOGE level, and that's probably a lot of these simple bills to try to really tackle what's going on in the state government is what we're going to see a lot of them doing this session.
So fascinating to follow this, and there is so much more to come. At least you've committed 4 hours of your time just to figure out the work that they're doing, but we appreciate you, Adam, joining us and talking more about this.
Thank you so much for having me.